Hi DirtFish, I'm Jari-Matti Latvala and I'm gonna tell you how to win Rally Mexico. What you need from the car in Rally Mexico? The first important point is actually the throttle response. You're driving in a high altitude, more than 2 kilometers above sea level. So this means that there's less power to use than any other World Rally Championship rounds. So you have to do basically the engine management the way that when you push the throttle that you have the response. So that is the very first thing. Second thing is that there's a quite slippy road, so you need a lot of traction. That's a thing getting out from the corners. And the third thing is that there's some heavy compression, so the car needs to be also stable on the compressions that you don't break the car. So it's not very rough event, but the compressions can make it tough. The feeling in Mexico with the car when you have less power is this, that when you come out of the corner, and if you basically set the car too much on the angle, basically the speed, you feel it that the engine dies and the speed dies quickly. When you do the braking and you attack to the corner, it's like you have to sort of like keep in your mind that you target that you can keep the full throttle open until, like, you know, when you go it, until from the moment that throughout the corner, because if you have to play with the throttle in the corner, you always start to lose time. So okay, this is more about the short corners, but the longer corners, of course, you have to always play with the throttle. But the short corners, you have to be, that commitment needs to be clear, that you set the car in the right angle, go through with the full throttle and use the whole space and make the car as straight as possible immediately when you can, and then for the acceleration, that you can get the best acceleration out from the corners. The tire wear is interesting in Mexico because of less power. Also, when you do the wheel spin, you don't have so much power for the wheel spin, so actually you don't wear the tires as much, and you can play there with the soft tire, which is a bit specialty in the hot event. But in the year 2016, when I won the rally, what I did is we did this El Chocolate stage, which was the longest on the rally, more than 40 kilometers. I chose the hard tires to the front and the soft tires to the back. The combination was this because with the hard tires I had the stability to steer the car, and I knew that the long stage the tires won't overheat. But at the rear I wanted to have a soft, because I knew that with the hard tire I don't have grip and the rear will be sliding. So I got more traction and a lateral grip to the rear, so then I could attack to the corners, and that was actually the key to the win in Rally Mexico with this tire combination. One of the big things in Guanajuato, in Rally Mexico, where the ceremonial start is taking place, probably has the biggest number of the people on a ceremonial start in the WRC. I never seen on my career anywhere so big amount of people as we can see over there. It's a huge number, and it's like a carnival feeling when you start the rally. Rally Mexico specialty is also that you have the tunnels, and that's the only rally where you really drive in the tunnels in the championship. These tunnels are a little bit tricky. They can be also a bit of a moisture, so we have seen in the past that some mistakes because of the little bit making wet surface, and then there's very often they are like cobblestone. So the cobblestones together with the water is actually very a tough combination, because it's so easy to make a mistake because it's difficult to feel the grip. So it's always, you have to be really alert when you drive there, and basically it's a gravel event, but when you are on the cobblestones in the tunnels, you have to pay a lot of attention for these elements, that for the grip level changes. But then on the other hand, it's a great feeling to do these stages in the tunnel. It has a bit of a different spirit than in any other rally. In Rally Mexico, you have the best prizes when you finish the rally. Every year there is something different, some different trophies. But one thing always be the same is the boots. And the material is from Mexico, and they are very stylish, and it looks good when you fit them on your feet on the podium when you have won the rally. And that is, I think, every driver wants to experience in Rally Mexico.